Hey, it's me, Bobbert, and welcome back to my Let's Play of New Super Lucky's Tale. This is the final level of the main game, and it's a pretty long one, I have to admit. Pretty good, but at the same time, you can easily forget which item is rare and where you already been. It's one of those levels where you can explore around a bit. It's probably the biggest level. Grave Awakening. I like that pen. This stage got pretty decent pens, well, except for the last one, this Terror Train. Not even a reference to that Ozzy Osbourne song. That was a bit disappointing. But anyways, this is probably the biggest level in this game, or at least it feels like it. It looks pretty open at first, but you do have, you know, a couple of paths you can take, especially a little bit later on. Yeah, it's just making sure I got all the collectibles. So yeah, you see Jinx here likes to drop boxes here and there. So more or less, it's kind of like the box ghost, even though when we get to his actual boss fight, he doesn't really use boxes except for the level or the platform. Um, oh yeah, I like this gimmick. It's there's disappearing platforms and gotta use the lamp to see it. Yeah, I'm gonna shut that off, after I do this little platforming section here. I don't know, the physics on the logs feels kind of weird. Like, I don't know, like, to be honest, I'm not sure if I was, well, okay, here, this was kind of hard to explain about the logs. I guess whenever you stand on a moving object like that, it feels like your character doesn't move with the moving platform as you expect. I mean, it's not really a problem. You can still get to an area pretty easy. But I don't know, it feels like it drew me off. I don't know. I need to put some other platformers and compare the two games. Well, I say moving platforms, but really rotating platforms like that log over there. But anyways, every time you light up an area, when you move around, platforms will appear, and they will soon disappear behind you, like so. It's a decent gimmick. This idea is used in the after game in that one level. A pretty good use of that ability, but I'll show it off once we get to that level. Yes. I know it's also one of those levels. Oh yeah, sometimes they move like that too. It's a bit hard to notice because platforms like these are naturally wavy. So you can see you can either go right or, well, I'm gonna go left. I don't know, it's like Like usually in branching areas like that, usually I go left, unless there's something that immediately catches my eye, or if I memorize the level so well, I know which order to take it in properly. And I would say go right instead of left over here. I mean, you circle back around immediately, but the thing is, uh, this side, this mission we're doing right now is waking up all the other ghosts to help pretty much move that giant box out of the way. And once you find that last ghost, you transport it back to where you were at the beginning, and pretty much you have to go back and explore other areas if you still haven't got all the collectibles yet. I guess out of all the levels in this world, I guess this one's kind of the weakest. Oh yeah, the trick here uh, is to knock the tombstone in a certain order, and you can tell by the candles on top of the tombstone. Okay, that's 3. I believe there's like 6 in total, 5 or 6. And I usually 5 magic number, but I have a feeling it's 6. Nope, 5. Because 3 wouldn't be enough. Okay, so we got 1 ghost. Well, technically 2, but one of the ghosts we need to wake up. But I say, out of all the levels in this world, this would have to be the weakest, mainly because I think it's a little bit too big, and I won't say it's empty, but it feels like, I don't know, it's like, it kind of reminds me of the Blob. It's a pretty good game, 1 and 2, but the problem is that one level lasts like an unusually long time. And even though I think the game's great, it feels like it could have made that level shorter and flow a little bit better. This has a similar problem. Maybe not as big as a problem as I'm making it out to be honest. But I think this one does last a little bit longer than usual. Even though there's other levels that are probably just as long, to be honest. I guess it's because other than the disappearing platforms like this, you're pretty much doing the same thing for the most part. So that doesn't really help it in its favor. Okay, so now we have to go underground, get to the other side. And don't be like me and try to stand on top of the platform. Actually jumped up. I don't know. Yeah, that was my bad. Oh no, boxes. Okay, yeah. I'm not doing pretty good at this level. Keep getting hit. But boxes are now enemies now. Timmy Torchwood. I know we it's like I'm pretty sure they're sort of a parody of the Fantastic Four. Oh, I need the lantern. Okay, so well, what I did here is pretty much let that disappear and restart again because you could do this as many times. You can have as many as temp as you want. And I didn't realize the music lasted a bit longer than that. I mean, I still don't think I would have been able to get all the coins despite the delay. But pretty much these platform goes in a zigzag, so just follow the lines and you make it through pretty easily. Okay, so 3 out of 5 ain't bad. Let's see, of course, explore everything because you don't know what could be hidden. Even though it's just nothing but coins. I would like this would be a decent Banjo-Kazooie like collectible platformer. I mean, I guess it is, but it's like a collectible platformer light. You know, if it was like more of a proper uh, collectathon, or I think it would have more interesting locations, NPCs to talk to, or at least that's how I would do it. But as it is, it's not too bad. Like I said, like many times in this playthrough, uh, this is a nice appetizer of platformers. You get a little bit of each kind of platformer. This is Collectathon. We have 2D platformers and basic kind of like Mario Galaxy like platformer. A bit linear. Again, if you're a fan of platformers, you probably recognize, the different styles and, what they took from, they were inspired by mini games, like a little bit of Crash and Spiral. I guess mostly Banjo-Kazooie, or at least that's the part I recognize the most. Oh yeah, we got all the ghosts. And unfortunately, we got moved back to the middle of that area. And there's actually quite a bit we're missing. The hidden page, and the final letter. Of course, that check mark on the top right, that's the mission objectives, and we can't get that one yet because that we're in the level and we have to do everything all over again. So we have to find the other 2 pages first. I'm not sure if I said this, but well, I did say this part that Super Lucky's Tale was originally for the Xbox One. And in that version of the game, you collect clovers instead of pages. And that's why on the top right, they use clover icons instead of pages. I wonder why they changed it from clovers to pages. I mean, I guess it makes more sense with pages because you try to get this book back. But If I had to make a guess, I'd say that this game was kind of coming out around the same time as Ukulele. You see, I believe Ukulele came out in like late 2017. You know, I think I don't know. I forget the timeline. I think Super Lucky's Tale on the Xbox One came out in 2016. It was when the Xbox One X released, not the Series X. Then, I mean, if you thought the Wii U was confusing, the Xbox console name is going to give you a headache. There's the final letter. And now we got all three of those clovers or the pages. Now we can go back and finally finish this level. And that's pretty much it for this level. It's a pretty decent one. I think there's a bit of padding in. Well, to be fair, it's not as long as I expect it to be, but it does feel like it's overstayed its welcome a bit. Not a bad level. Like, I don't know. I feel like the final level of this world should have been the carnival stage. That's the best one, or even the crazy train one, or excuse me, terror train. Oh, is that these guys? And it's like, oh, that's another level. Completely forgot about that. Oh, I remember this one now. And well, I can't remember why it's forgotten. It's one of those auto runner levels where Lucky for some reason can't stop, and you have to get pretty much all the collectibles before you reach the finish line. Of course, all the stuff you collected stay with you, so when you go back, you don't have to collect that specific item again. But again, this is a forgettable level. I mean, even though that level we were earlier ago wasn't the best, I think, you know, switching this and that other level would have made more sense. I guess this just wants something easy to complete before facing the final boss battle. As wow, okay. It's like, honestly, this doesn't look like it's even part of the ghost levels now that I think about it. Like, you could probably put this in Restful Retreat and probably makes as much sense as, you know, this ghost level. You think it would have more like a haunted house feeling, or you know, maybe one of those like scary roller coaster ride. You know, like those ghost theme roller coaster ride. Oh wow, okay, so only got the mystery page in that one, so have to go back and get the other collectibles. It's like one coin short wow. It's like, I mentioned earlier that every collectible you do get, it stays with you. Well, not counting the coins. Once you leave that level, you gotta, start from zero and make your way back up to 300. This is fair. Yeah, it teleports me right to the final boss, but we got some unfinished business. It's like, sorry for wasting our time here. But it's a pretty short level. It's not that bad. Hopefully. Okay. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. I wish this level wasn't the final one because there's really not much to talk about it. I don't know if there's one thing I think they should get rid of is levels like these. I don't know. It's like I feel like it doesn't really fit naturally to the series. I mean, if they do bring it back, I mean, I wouldn't be disappointed. They're short stages. It's really no harm, but I don't know. It's like these are pretty forgettable. Dang it, got hit with the spikes. But I don't know. It's like, oh wow, I made that jump. Okay, come on, 300. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make it. I mean, it doesn't really seem like that boring of a level since it got branching pathways. But I don't know. It's like I'll say just get rid of them. I mean, I won't go as far as saying nobody would miss them, but actually, I probably would. I don't think anybody would miss these kind of levels. Okay, now we got all the Quovers. We got all the pages in the whole game. So once we defeat the final boss, we can access the extra levels, which was originally DLC. And let's end it right here and save the final boss for last. This is me, Bobbert, and I hope you enjoyed this video and consider subscribing.